Problems or challenges? Do you have many problems, or are they actually challenges? What is the difference between problems and challenges? And who is the cause of all your problems? Find out the answers to these questions. Stay with me. The first two questions I asked you is if you have many problems. If you do, then consider the next question. Who is the cause of all your problems? I'm going to be a little in your face and tell you, you are the cause of all your problems. Why is this so? It's because you have a broad problem focus. What does this mean? This means that you consider every problem your problem. You are a problem magnet. You love problems almost. So you attract problems. Let me explain a little further. Do you recognize these devices? They are devices used to see things very far away. The binoculars and the telescope. Or they are optical devices used to enlarge small things. So, a person who has a lot of problems usually is a person who likes to look at problems, seek problems, even when the problem is a very big distance away from them, or they seek problems that are really small and magnifying them into a large enough size so that it becomes their concern. So at this point, you may ask me, even if I do this, how am I the cause of all my problems? Let me explain. You are the cause of all these problems because in reality, they're not your problems. But they become your problems because you make it your problem, right? So let me explain. It's your behavior, it's your attitude that brings about the situation. For example, you're interested in every problem that you know a little about, you know very little about. And once you become interested, you spend energy talking about it, and you talk about it to everyone that you meet. But you only do this while it is sensational. And the next stage in this is we always need somebody to blame, right? So we start pointing fingers. Now, the thing about doing this is that after some time we feel disenchanted because when we're done pointing fingers, we then realize that we have no way of making a difference. Right? So this leaves us feeling disempowered, disenchanted, and pretty soon this results in apathy. I don't care. It's not like I can change anything anyway. And you lose interest in this problem. You've not found a closure for this problem, and then you move on to the next problem. So this continues over and over again. So it's very important that we don't walk into this trap because it is a waste of all our energy, our precious energy that we can actually channel towards something more productive. So let's see how we can change the way we approach problems and channel our energy positively. Before we move on to discuss about how we can channel our diffused energy by virtue of a broad problem focus, let me draw your attention again to this triangle. I had referred to this triangle in an earlier video, and In case you have forgotten, just to refresh your memory, this is Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. Herein lies the reason why some of us tend to go down that road of a broad problem focus and get entangled in an endless cycle of interest in every problem, energy spent on various broad range of problems, blame game, disenchantment, apathy, lose interest, and the cycle continues when the next sensational problem grasps your attention, right? The reason for this is we are operating at esteem need. We want to feel that we have self-worth, and therefore we want others to recognize us as a person who is quite abreast of the current issues. Therefore, we have an opinion about everything. So we concern ourselves with every problem, even if we can only talk about the problem, but actually not make an impact in changing the problem situation in any way. It is fine to know about everything that's going on, but to be overly concerned about every problem out there and to diffuse your energy to just know a little is counterproductive. So what we need to do is we need to focus our energy towards a very narrow area where we have a lot of knowledge and skills, and in so doing, where we can actually make an impact and bring about change in that problem area. From operating at the esteem need, which is at the 4th level of the hierarchy of human needs as defined by Maslow, you should now try to move upwards to the pinnacle of the triangle to operate at the self-actualization stage in Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. When you do this, you now are guided by the need to use all of your knowledge and skills and experience that you have in a way that you can make a difference, in a way that you can make meaningful impact to a problem situation where what you do results in better outcomes for people who are affected by that problem. Guided by self-actualization and identifying a very sharp problem focus is comparable to the action of using a magnifying glass to focus the sun's rays onto a small spot on top of some dry objects like leaves or paper till a spark of fire is ignited. When you're operating at self-actualization, you essentially have a narrow problem focus, you are solution-oriented, you're very clear on the purpose of your life, and you're very, very clear about your knowledge, skills, experience, and expertise, and guided by these clarity, you choose your battles. You do not engage yourself with problems, rather you engage yourself with challenges and you face these challenges with a solution focus, meaning you do not give up on it, you do not drop it halfway, you strengthen yourself and you keep tackling the various dimensions of this challenge step by step until you have a huge value proposition to offer in that specific area that you have chosen. And in other words, you have now officially become a serial challenge seeker in your specific area of knowledge, skills, experience, and expertise. The larger circle here is representative of your circle of concern. The smaller circle is your circle of influence. When you spend energy and attention outside of your circle of influence, which actually represents your knowledge, skills, experience, and expertise, then you will be distracted by problems that you cannot solve. What lies within your circle of influence are your challenges. Challenges which, when you spend attention and energy on, will build up your experience and expertise. And the wonderful thing about doing this is that as you focus more and more on only issues within your circle of influence, your circle of influence becomes larger, because your knowledge, your skills, your influence, your experience, and your expertise grows as you solve or you overcome more and more challenges. Over time, if you remain undistracted and focus only on your circle of influence, what happens is your influence, your knowledge, your skills, your experience and expertise grow larger. And when you do this motivated to operate at the self-actualization level of need, then what you will be doing is inadvertently you will be gaining attention, you will be on a continuous improvement trajectory, you will have laser sharp focus, there will be increased visibility for you. People in important places will be able to see you. You are able to tap on an unlimited reservoir of energy. You make a huge impact and you create great results for the focus group that you're trying to serve, and your reputation will soar. So good luck. Convert your problems into challenges by focusing only on your circle of influence, and watch your circle of influence grow